This video is all about space. And when I say space, I'm not talking about standing a long way away from the ball. I'm talking about creating space and maintaining your space in the downswing. And it's such an important aspect, and it has a huge knock-on effect onto everything else we do. I think it is genuinely a hidden fundamental. If we can maintain posture or even create more space, then lots of great things will come from that. So, oftentimes we'll see players through the ball, hiking up the handle, making these other kind of movements that look kind of sloppy and amateur-like, and we look at those as the errors. But in actual fact, those movements are adaptations that allow us to strike the ball when we lose our posture. So in the downswing, so I've got my posture, and in the downswing, if I move my body hard and I start to tuck the pelvis under and I start to get closer to the ball, I no longer have this sense of space. My arms haven't got the room to find that alignment that we've spoken about in previous videos, and other things need to happen for us to strike it. If they didn't, we wouldn't strike it at all. We'd shank it, top it, and lose control of the face. But we wouldn't have to make those adaptations if we maintained our posture well, or even created more space. So that would look like this. So I would stand relatively close to it, and that's always a good indication of players who don't maintain their space. They feel they need to kind of start a long way to begin with, and then as they stand up, they still have some room. Better players would stand fairly close to it, and then in the downswing, as they start down, they're really using their legs to keep their pelvis back and down. So as I've done that, you can see that my body shape is quite angular, and you'll see this a lot with really good strikers. The pelvis is back and the chest is down. Now I've got room to have the arms swing out in the direction of the ball, and there's the room there to get the elbow in front of the body and that space to swing the arms and club into. And a familiar drill that I'm sure you've probably seen elsewhere is to stick something behind you there and be able to keep your pelvis on that in the downswing. Now, when I'm working at home and I'm in my studio, I'd have a foam roller. This is a bit wider than that. I mean, that's too narrow to stand up, certainly on the course. It'd be a little bit wider, and it would stand up freely, so I wouldn't have the golf bag here. Now, that's important because the pelvis isn't a circle, it's an ellipse. So if we just keep ourselves touching the foam roller behind us, the pelvis isn't actually staying in the same place. It would be moving forwards. Now, because it's an ellipse, as you turn, it should actually be moving back. So I would work hard with this foam roller and with my students to be able to stay on it in the backswing, and then move into it in the downswing and knock the foam roller over as I start down. It's a really difficult drill, but once you get the hang of it, which shouldn't take too long, then you'll find that the whole movement through the ball flows, it feels more athletic and powerful, and you don't have to have all these adaptations that were saving you in your previous movement. If you've enjoyed this video, then please click subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date with more coaching information. And if you really want to take your game to the next level, then please visit my website, golfcoach.online, where you'll see there my subscription channel, which is Golf Coach Access, which is all about building a golf coaching and education community and having really structured long-term programs. And the best thing is you can get immediate free access.